You must understand this sacred truthing. The moment you truly believe you are rich, the universe rearranges itself to match your belief. But belief is not wishing. Belief is not hoping. Belief is knowing, without physical proof, without visible signs, without the applause of others. It is walking in certainty before the door is opened. Because your soul already knows the key is in your hand. This is where so many lose their treasure. They wait for the physical before they feel the spiritual. But wealth begins in the unseen. You don't receive wealth by chasing it, you align with wealth by becoming it. Your thoughts match the vibration of abundance, not lack. Your words must match the frequency of flow, not fear. Your energy must become magnetic, not resistant. Ask yourself now, am I speaking as the poor or the wealthy? Am I moving through this world as someone who lacks or someone who trusts that supply is infinite? You cannot hold two beliefs. The dominant one will always rule. So if you say, I am wealthy, but feel fear in your chest and doubt in your voice, the universe responds to the doubt, not the declaration. But the moment your word and your vibration unite, the moment you speak with emotion and certainty, mountains begin to move. And oh, how fast they move. What once felt stuck begins to shift. What once seemed far suddenly arrives. Because the law does not delay, the law only mirrors. Whatever you affirm in faith must return to you multiplied. That is not hope, that is law, divine law. You are not trying to convince the universe to give. You are commanding your reality into alignment. Say this aloud. I am a magnet for divine wealth. Every dollar I spend returns tenfold. I give generously and I receive freely. My income increases constantly, and I live in financial peace. This is how we retrain the subconscious. This is how we rewrite the inner script that may have come from fear, from family, from scarcity-based society. You must take the pen back and rewrite your financial identity. You are not the story of your bank account. You are the author of your next chapter. It is not arrogant to say, I am rich. It is faithful. It is not greedy to say, money flows to me. It is magnetic. When you fear wealth, you block it. When you bless wealth, you receive it. Say it again. Money is not my master. Money is my servant. I use it with wisdom. I direct it with joy, and it flows to me without end. And now feel it. Picture it. What would it feel like to be free? What would it feel like to know you are supported by an endless supply? How would you walk? How would you dress? How would you speak? That is who you must be now. Not tomorrow, not next month, not once the bank balance changes. You must be it before you see it. That is the sacred art of manifestation. You are not performing for the universe. You are partnering with it, co-creating with it, standing in alignment with your inheritance. Everything you need is already present in divine mind. It is done. The only work is belief, and belief is a choice. Choose it today. Choose it every moment you are tempted to doubt. Replace, I don't have enough, with everything I need is already on its way. Replace, I can't afford it, with money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Speak these truths into the silence until the silence echoes them back to you. You will know you are aligned when peace replaces panic. You will know you are aligned when gratitude replaces greed. You will know you are aligned when giving feels as joyful as receiving. That is wealth. Not just what's in your hand, but what's in your heart. Real wealth expands. Real wealth multiplies. Real wealth is spiritual first, material second. So nurture the invisible. Bless what you have. Celebrate every penny as proof that the faucet is open. Don't say, it's not enough. Say, it's beginning. Speak like the door is open. Move like the tide is rising. Live like your wealth is not lost. It is not hidden in a faraway land, nor locked in a vault you cannot reach. Your wealth is here. It is now. It is waiting, and the only key required to unlock it is belief. Unwavering, unshakable, divine belief. The divine does not respond to effort alone. The divine is not moved by panic, nor by toil that stems from fear. The divine responds to belief. The pure kind, the still kind, the kind that walks into a room and knows the outcome before a word is spoken. That belief lives in you. It may be covered by doubt. It may be tangled in fear, but it is not gone. It is waiting to be remembered. Speak this truth aloud on. My wealth is not coming. It is already mine. And when you speak it, don't just let the words escape your mouth. Let them move into your bones. Let them pulse in your spirit. Let them echo louder than any doubt trying to follow you. Because the truth is this, whatever you bless multiplies. And whatever you fear, you attract. So if you fear debt, you call it closer. But if you bless your current financial situation, you shift its vibration. You raise the frequency. You open the gates. Every dollar in your possession is a seed. Bless the seed and watch the harvest come. Bless the coin and the coin returns with friends. But curse it, and it turns its face. What you speak about money, you invite more of, so speak well, speak richly. Speak as someone who knows that divine substance is unlimited, and you are the rightful heir to it all. You were never meant to scrape by. You were meant to overflow. You were not designed to chase. You were designed to magnetize. So shift now. Shift your words and your world will shift. Shift your belief and wealth will respond. Speak this with Meg. Unexpected money flows to me from known and unknown sources. My wealth is always on time. I walk in divine abundance, and I bless all that I have, and all that is coming. And say it until it becomes your rhythm. Say it until your subconscious stops arguing. Say it until the world bends to match your vibration, because it will. It must. The law is exact. The law is unfailing. The law is not moved by worry, but it is activated by clarity. You must know what you are owed. You must believe it's already on its way. You must act as if the bank account is already full. You must feel the emotions of wealth before the zeros appear. That is how you call it in. That is how you let it in. This is not fantasy. This is divine law. The law does not require you to figure out the how. The law asks you to align with the what. What do you desire? What do you believe is possible for you? What will you allow? This is your work. This is your power. The how belongs to the universe. Your job is to stay ready. Wealth comes to the ready. Bless your wallet. Bless your bank account. Even if the numbers feel small, bless them, especially then, because the blessing turns the water into wine. The blessing multiplies the loaves. The blessing is the magnet. Say it now. Every dollar I spend comes back multiplied. I am a vessel for divine circulation. I spend without fear and receive without limits. And repeat it again and again, because repetition reprograms the subconscious. And the subconscious is the gatekeeper of manifestation. The subconscious does not question what you feed it. It simply accepts. So feed it abundance. Feed it peace. Feed it images of wealth flowing, not shrinking. And if your mind rebels, you bless that too. You bless the doubt, and release it. You bless the past where money was scarce, and declare it over. You bless your childhood, even if it was filled with lack, and you say, I release the poverty pattern now. I cancel the vow of struggle. I claim my inheritance. I am rich in all ways. You say it, you believe it, embody it, because when you do, the entire universe takes notice. The entire divine supply leans in and says she remembers, he remembers. They are ready, and when you are ready, it comes. When you are certain, it arrives. When you stop chasing and start trusting, it floods in. Let this be the week you shift. Let this be the day you decide that fear no longer finances your future. Let this be the moment where belief becomes your new currency. Let this be the time where you finally realizing your wealth has been waiting for you. Patiently, lovingly, eagerly. To step into your divine right to receive it all. So claim it now. Don't wait. Don't second guess. Don't delay. Because wealth does not delay. Only doubt does. And you are not doubt. You are faith in motion. You are abundance in human form. You are the living proof that when belief is strong, nothing is withheld. Speak it. Live it. Receive it. Your wealth is waiting. Your wealth is not far, hidden, not withheld. It is waiting. And not waiting in silence or stillness, but pulsing at the door of your belief. Longing to rush into your experience the moment you declare it yours. Wealth is not something you chase. It is something you claim. And you do not claim it through effort alone, but through unwavering belief, divine trust, and the bold spoken word. The divine does not respond to hustle, but to harmony. It does not respond to striving, but to surrender. And so I say to you this morning, this very moment your abundance is already assigned. Your prosperity is already prepared. You are not trying to create wealth. You are stepping into alignment with the wealth that was always meant to find you. Speak this now and speak it boldly. Divine substance is the only reality. I am a magnet for all that is mine by divine right. When you believe that what is yours cannot be taken, delayed, or denied, you begin to walk with a quiet confidence. Not arrogance, but assurance. Because you are now rooted in the truth that there is no competition in spirit, no shortage in the infinite, no delay in divine law. If it has not arrived, it is not because you are blocked. It is because you are being aligned. The law of prosperity is exact, not emotional. It flows not to those who want wealth, but to those who accept it. It moves not to the hands that toil hardest, but to the hearts that believe deepest. Repetition is the language of the subconscious, so say it again. I do not chase, I attract. What is mine finds me. My wealth is waiting for me to claim it. Let this truth become your morning melody and your nightly prayer. Let it echo in your soul until fear dissolves and faith takes over. The only thing standing between you and your abundance is the belief that something is. Release that belief and the floodgates open. What if I told you that the money you desire, The opportunities you dream of, and the elevation you secretly pray for, are not waiting for a better economy or a new connection or a perfect strategy. They're waiting for your inner shift. They are waiting for your consciousness to expand, for your words to match your worth, and for your vibration to match your vision. Speak this every morning. There is no power in delay. There is no truth in fear. I now walk in the frequency of my fortune. You were not born to scrape by. You were not created to just survive. You are here to thrive, to overflow, to inspire. The more you have, the more you can give. The more you receive, the more you can radiate. The more you claim, the more you can circulate, and circulation is divine law. Just as rivers do not hoard their water, you do not hoard your gifts. But you must first receive. And to receive, you must first believe, not vaguely, not occasionally, but persistently, consistently, boldly. Declare it until your bones believe it, until your energy radiates it, until your life reflects it. Say it now and say it aloud. Unexpected doors fly open. Unexpected channels appear. I am richly blessed and divinely supported. And when doubt creeps in, and it will, do not wrestle with it. Speak over it. Replace it. Declare truth in its face. Fear has no voice in my life. Lack has no place in my mind. I am anointed for abundance, and I walk in divine confidence. You are not just hoping for wealth. You are harmonizing with wealth. You are not begging the universe. You are aligning with the divine, and the divine does not make mistakes. It did not place you here to be burdened. It placed you here to be blessed, not because of your run sum, not because of your perfection, but because of your permission. The moment you say yes, the moment you agree with heaven, all of heaven moves on your behalf. This is the power of spiritual alignment. You don't have to see it to believe it. You believe it, and then you see it. This is why we say, faith is the evidence of things unseen. And yet, how many wait to see before they believe? Reverse it. Turn it right side up. Say instead, because I believe, I shall see. Because I declare it, it must be. The word is the wand. The word is the doorway. The word is the activator. Watch your tongue and you'll transform your life. Speak from fear and you delay. Speak from truth and you accelerate. Speak from doubt and you confuse. Speak from power and you align. This is why Florence Scovel Shinn always said, your word is your wand. It creates, it calls forth, it commands, not through force, but through faith. And so I ask you, what have you been speaking lately? Have you declared, money never stays with me? Or have you affirmed, I am a divine channel of wealth, and I handle money with wisdom and joy? Have you whispered, nothing ever works out? Or have you declared, everything is working together for my increase, my favor, and my overflow? Your mouth is a faucet for miracles. Turn it on with truth. Turn it on with faith. Turn it on with expectancy. The divine is ready to pour. But will you hold out an empty cup or a full heart? You get to decide. No force is working against you when divine law is working through you. No system is stronger than your spoken word. No delay is more powerful than your decision. This is why belief is the currency of the spiritual realm. When you believe, you withdraw from the infinite. When you doubt, you decline the gift. Let this loop in your heart. I walk with wealth. I speak with faith. I receive with gratitude. I multiply with joy. Your wealth is not just currency. It is clarity. It is calling. It is courage. It is contribution. Wealth is not about stacking numbers. It is about expanding purpose. And when your purpose is strong, your prosperity flows freely. This is the alignment. This is the secret. You are not claiming wealth for vanity. You are claiming it for vision, for impact, for radiance, so that your light may shine, and others may remember their own. And remember, you can only claim what you believe you are worthy of. So speak this now and speak it as a sacred vow. I am worthy of overflow. I am safe in abundance. I am destined for prosperity. Let this be the rhythm of your week, the mantra of your morning, the affirmation that shapes your atmosphere. And the next time you catch yourself saying, I can't afford that, replace it with, that is not a current priority, but I am open to unexpected income. Speak as if you are already in possession of what you desire, for that is the language of faith. Faith speaks in the present tense. Faith does not ask, if, proclaims, when. Faith does not analyze how, it agrees with the now. Say this with Meg, I do not need to figure it out, I only need to align. The how is handled by the heavens. Trust is the soil in which miracles grow. And the wealth you seek is simply a byproduct of inner agreement. So I leave you with this sacred loop. Speak it, feel it, and allow it. Wealth is mine now. I walk in divine favor. Every cell in my body believes it. Every word I speak declares it. And every step I take confirms it. Say it again, then, and again. For repetition brings revelation, and revelation births manifestation. There is no delay in divine mind. Only delay in human belief. The moment you align with the truth, the moment you accept that wealth is your birthright, the invisible becomes visible. So many wait for signs to believe, but it is belief that brings the signs. Your wealth is not in the world. Your wealth is in your world. It's in the way you speak about your life, your money, your worth. If your words are saturated in fear, lack, or limitation, you cannot unlock abundance. Not because it isn't there, but because you are not in harmony with it. You are always broadcasting a frequency, and the universe, the law, never fails to echo it back. You do not have to chase, force, or beg. You only have to align, affirm, and allow. Say it again. I now align with the vibration of divine wealth. Everything I desire flows to me with ease. I am an open vessel for prosperity. And I claim it now. You must train your words to match your destiny, not your history. Don't speak what you've been through. Speak where you are going. Don't declare what you fear. Declare what you know by faith. The law is never confused. It does not waver. It does not withhold. It only reflects. So reflect abundance, and abundance will find you. Reflect peace, and provision will chase you. Reflect trust, and miracles will unfold around you in perfect order. That is the power of divine law. It waits for your signal. It waits for your certainty. The treasure is not lost. It's not hidden. It's not held back. It's waiting for your vibration to say, yes. And when you say, yes, not just with your mouth but with your soul, your feelings, your imagination, everything begins to shift. Doors you didn't knock on swing open. Opportunities you didn't expect are drawn to you. People begin to speak your name in rooms you've never entered. Because you are no longer a seeker. You are a receiver. You are no longer hoping. You are knowing. That is where the power lies. In knowing. In walking as though it's already done. In thanking the divine before the delivery. You do not need to understand how. You only need to affirm what. The how belongs to the law. The how is handled by infinite intelligence. Your job is to stay in alignment, to speak the truth, and to act as if it is already yours. Because it is. What you desire is already finished in the spiritual realm. It is formed. It is waiting for your readiness. So be ready. Not by effort, but by energy. Not by worry, but by worthiness. You are worthy of wealth because you were created by the infinite. The divine doesn't reward suffering. The divine doesn't respond to panic. It responds to trust, and trust is a frequency that opens every door. Say aloud, I walk in the frequency of wealth. I live in the vibration of abundance. I am a steward of divine prosperity, and I handle it with wisdom and joy. These are not empty words. These are spiritual commands. Each word you speak with faith is planting a seed, and every seed has its harvest. Do not curse your seed by complaining. Do not dig up your seed with fear. Water it with confidence. Nurture it with gratitude. Expect it to grow. Expect it to flourish. Your wealth may begin as an idea, a whisper, a small opportunity. Honor it, respect it, expand it. That is how the floodgates open. That is how wealth multiplies. Not by force, but by flow. And flow comes through faith. Faith is the bridge between your now and your next. It is the invisible link between your belief and your bank. You don't need more effort. You need more alignment. The world may tell you it takes hustle. I tell you it takes harmony. The world may say you must compete. I say you must trust. Your competition is not with people. It is with your own disbelief. Conquer that, and all else will fall into place. Stand boldly in your new identity. You are not someone hoping to be wealthy someday. You are wealth embodied now. You are the consciousness of abundance, walking, speaking, and living in the flow of divine supply. And as you walk in this knowing, wealth responds. Not because you begged for it, but because you remembered who you truly are. There is a rhythm to wealth, and it flows through you the moment you stop resisting and start receiving. You cannot serve fear and expect favor. You cannot speak limitation and expect liberation. The law is clear. The law is exact. What you affirm with feeling becomes your form. The moment you shift from, I need to, I already have, the gates begin to open. The flood begins to rise. The opportunities begin to see you. Because your energy is no longer begging. It is claiming. You were never meant to struggle for supply. You were born to live in the consciousness of sufficiency. And when that becomes your inner atmosphere, the outer world can't help but reflect it. You see, wealth begins with a thought, but it is born through belief, and belief is a choice. Every single day, you get to choosing, do I trust the divine today or do I trust the doubt? Do I speak life into my finances or do I replay the fears of yesterday? And the answer to that question becomes your outcome. Life responds to your declaration. Say it aloud. I am divinely guided. I am richly supplied. I am abundantly blessed. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You only need to take the next faithful step. When you move with trust, the road rises to meet you. When you walk by faith, the invisible becomes visible. When you speak as if it is done, it starts finding its way to you. In people, in ideas, in divine appointments you could never orchestrate. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. That's law in action. Your wealth is not hiding from you. Your awareness is. Your supply is not behind a locked door. It's behind a locked belief, and the key is in your hand. Speak the key. Think, feel the key. Act as though the door has already swung open. This is not pretending. This is spiritual strategy. The world is moved by vibration. Money too has a vibration. It goes where it is welcomed. Not just tolerated, but welcomed. Do you welcome wealth into your world with joy? Or do you fear it, resent it, chase it? Wealth does not come to chaos. It comes to clarity. It does not come to desperation. It comes to dominion. You must decide what you are available for. You must decide what you are no longer willing to struggle for. The divine does not need time to bless you. It needs your permission. It needs your belief. It needs your agreement. There is no power greater than a soul in harmony with truth. And the truth is, wealth is already yours. The truth is, there is no limit to divine supply. The truth is you. Your abundance is waiting to be accepted. Say it now. I accept. I allow. I agree with wealth. I trust the law of prosperity to deliver exactly what I need, and more, at exactly the right time. You are not blocked. You are being called to rise. You are not lacking. You are learning to align. You are not late. You are right on divine time. And divine time is always perfect. Don't try to manipulate it. Don't try to rush it. Trust it. Flow with it. Live inside it. Every delay is a divine setup for something better than you imagined. And when it arrives, it will feel natural. It will feel like peace. Not panic, not striving, not sacrifice, but peace. Because what is yours comes with ease. What is aligned comes with grace. You no longer need to carry the old stories. You are not cursed. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are the child of the infinite, and your inheritance is unlimited. Wealth is not the goal. It is the natural outcome of being in harmony with who you really are. And who you really are is abundance in human form. Walk in that. Stand tall in that. Let your words reflect it. Let your actions honor it. Let your mind protect it. You are here to prosper, not to panic. You are here to claim, not to chase. You are here to receive, not to beg. And everything begins the moment you choose. Really choose. To believe that it is already done. There is no such thing as luck in the kingdom of the spirit. There is only law. Divine law, operating perfectly, responding not to panic or pressure but to faith, clarity, and spoken word. You are not meant to strive endlessly for your good. You are meant to align with it, to step into it as one who knows that all that is yours is already prepared for you. Wealth does not arrive because of your stress. It arrives because of your surrender. Not surrender to lack, but surrender to law. The law that governs all supply, all success, all substance. Right now, as you listen to this, something in you knows this is true. You are not here to chase money. You are here to recognize that wealth is not a destination, but a frequency, and that frequency is activated through your word, your faith, and your vibration. The law is not moved by begging. It is moved by belief. And a belief is not something you try to feel. It is something you live. You speak wealth, you think wealth, you move like wealth, you give like wealth. And wealth recognizes you. You must stop entertaining the old conversation of lack, because lack is a lie. It is a false appearance. It is a shadow. And every time you give it your attention, you give it your power. But your power was never meant to feed fear. It was meant to create worlds. So speak now. Divine substance is the only reality. My supply is unlimited. I am one with the abundance of the universe, and I welcome it freely and fully into every area of my life. Your words are not passive. They are magnetic. Your words build the blueprint that the universe rushes to fulfill. But you must stop canceling your good with contradiction. You must stop planting seeds of truth only to dig them up with worry. The law does not delay. It obeys. The moment you speak with conviction, the wheels begin to turn. The moment you give thanks in advance, the doors begin to open. The moment you release control and step into confidence, the pathway becomes clear. You don't need to know how. You only need to know who you are. You are not someone trying to get rich. You are someone remembering that you are already connected to infinite supply, and that remembrance is your superpower. The world may tell you to hustle harder. The world may tell you to push and grind, but the spirit says, align. Attune. Let go of the mental noise and return to the quiet certainty that what is yours cannot pass you. What is divinely ordered cannot be blocked. The deal, the check, the client, the opportunity, it is already assigned to you. But can you recognize it when it arrives? Will you be so consumed by fear that you miss the miracle standing right in front of you? That's why belief is not optional. It's essential. Belief clears your sight. It softens your heart. It tunes your frequency. And when your frequency rises, your world shifts. Doors that once felt closed suddenly open. Delays that once frustrated you reveal themselves to be divine protection. People who once overlooked you begin to seek you. That's not magic. That's law. And the law works for anyone who works with it. You don't need permission. You don't need to prove yourself. You only need to agree with what God already said about you, that you are worthy, that you are supported, that you are richly supplied. Say it now. I walk in divine confidence. I no longer beg for what's mine. I receive with grace. I release with peace. And I rest in the knowing that I am always provided for. You see, wealth does not begin in the bank. It begins in the spirit. It is not a number. It is a nature. And once you embrace that nature, once you live from that truth, you cannot help but draw to you every resource needed to fulfill your divine assignment. You are not here to suffer. You are not here to survive. You are here to succeed by spiritual means. And spiritual success is eternal. It does not crumble when the market shakes. It does not disappear when the economy shifts, because it is not built on paper. It is built on principle. It is not dependent on man. It is dependent on the source. And that source is never empty. That source never says no. That source never punishes, never withholds, never delays for the sake of delay. It waits, not because it's unsure, but because it needs you to be sure. Sure of who you are. Sure of what you want. Sure that you are done with struggle. Done with scarcity. Done with stories that don't honor the power within you. And when you are sure, really sure, the heavens move fast, because the universe rewards spiritual certainty, not ego, not desperation, not effort, but certainty. The quiet knowing that you are not trying to make something happen. You are making room for what already is. And that is the shift that transforms everything. So now, choose again. Speak again. Act of faith, with clarity, with expectancy, because your wealth is not waiting in the future. It's waiting for you to remember it now. The universe is not stingy. It is extravagant, it is abundant, it is generous beyond your wildest dreams. And yet so many walk around feeling deprived because they've not yet understood the truth. Your wealth is waiting for you to claim it. Not through fear or force, but through faith and full alignment. And when you speak words that match divine certainty, words like, I am rich in all ways, and money flows freely to me, you become the channel through which prosperity travels, not because you beg, but because you believe. And it all starts with your morning thoughts, because if you begin your day with panic or pressure, you block the very supply that's lined up for you. But when you rise and declare, something good is on its way to me now, you shift the vibration of your day entirely. And people may call it unrealistic, but I call it miraculous, because miracles are simply divine laws understood, trusted, and applied. And I tell you today, you are not meant to struggle endlessly or scrape by. You were never designed to live in lack, for lack is a lie that you were trained to believe. But the truth is that the God power within you creates worlds. And if it creates worlds, surely it can create wealth, and wealth that is joyful, clean, pure, and meant to be shared, not hoarded, not feared, not worshipped, but received, circulated, and blessed. And the moment you stop chasing and start claiming, everything begins to change, because the law doesn't hear your desperation. It hears your declaration. And when you declare, I am divinely provided for, now and always, the law says yes, and it must obey, and it must unfold in perfect timing. So do not look at the clock or the calendar. Look at your consciousness, for your wealth is not held back by the economy, or your upbringing, or the delay of others. It's only ever delayed by your disbelief. And I say this in love, not in blame. For many of you have been taught to struggle for righteousness, to earn every penny with sweat and strain. But I say unto you, grace is not earned, it is received, and so is divine supply. And you can be wealthy without being guilty. You can be blessed without being boastful. You can receive and still be spiritual, because the Spirit is your source, and the source is infinite. So why not receive infinitely? Why not wake up every day and say, thank you, Divine Spirit, that all I need and desire is already rushing toward me now. And let that be the first sentence your heart speaks. Not because it's a trick or technique, but because it is the truth, and truth always sets you free. Free from lack, free from fear, free from the false idea that you are unworthy. And I ask you now, who told that you have to suffer to succeed? Who told you that wanting more makes you less spiritual? Who told you that being rich in soul means you must be poor in wallet? Because I tell you the oppositing when your soul is aligned. Everything else aligns too, and that includes your wealth, your opportunities, your overflow, and your elevation. And you must not apologize for your rise. You must bless it, celebrate it, and use it. For when good people become wealthy, they create good things. And when the heart is pure, the hand can hold more. So let your hands open, let your voice speak boldly, let your mind expect more, and let your affirmations match your divine identity. And if the old voices whisper doubt, let your truth shout louder. I walk in wealth, I breathe in blessings, I attract abundance effortlessly. And say it again, and again, and again, because repetition is the soil in which belief grows, and belief is the seed that draws the harvest. So even if you don't see the money today, speak to it anyway, love it anyway, believe in it anyway, and don't you dare call it just affirmations. No, these are divine declarations, these are reality builders. These are soul contracts signed with your voice, and when spoken with faith, they must be fulfilled, because the word never returns void. And if you feel resistance, don't fight it, bless it, speak over it, and keep moving forward, because the resistance is not a stop sign, it's a signal that your breakthrough is near. And if you hold steady and speak consistently, you will see results that shock you. And when they come, don't call it luck. Call it law, and let it teach you this: you were never waiting on the wealth was waiting on you, and it's here now, ready, open, divine, yours. You have to understand this, deepling. You are not asking for too much when you ask for abundance. You are finally asking for what is already yours. And the moment you begin to see that wealth is not about the size of your paycheck, but the size of your perception, you will see that the gates of supply were never locked. The only key you needed was belief, because life mirrors what you truly believe, not what you hope, not what you wish, not what you force, but what you deeply and repeatedly declare as truth. And when you say, I am wealthy, and you feel it with faith, not doubt, the law begins to respond, not tomorrow, but now, because divine law only knows now, it only responds to now, it is always working now. And every time you choose faith over fear, every time you choose gratitude over lack, you step into a dimension where wealth is already done. It's already flowing, already moving, already appointed to you. And the only thing that slows it is when you hesitate to receive it. When you say, maybe it's not for me. When you say, I don't deserve it. When you compare yourself to others. When you shrink your light to make others feel comfortable. But I tell you today, your light was not meant to shrink. Your gift was not meant to hide. Your desires are not selfish. They are sacred, because what you desire is what you are designed to create. And that includes financial flow. That includes luxury without guilt. That includes freedom without apology. That includes money that serves your mission and multiplies your joy, because money is not the root of evil. Fear is, resentment is, envy is. But money, when directed by a conscious soul, becomes a tool of healing, becomes a vessel of love, becomes a channel of goodness. So why not let it flow to you and through you? Why not expect increase with every breath? Why not live in such a way that every moment is a magnet for blessings? And you do this not by working harder, but by believing deeper, speaking stronger, and acting in unwavering trust, because faith plus action is power. And your wealth is not in the future. It's in your next declaration. It's in the next seed you plant with your words. It's in the next refusal to accept lack as your story. And even if the bills are due, and the account is low, and the world says you should panic, I say, you remain still and declare with boldness, everything I need comes to me on time, in full, from unlimited sources. And say it with your back straight. Say it with your eyes lifted. Say it with every ounce of energy you have. And then watch what unfolds. Because nothing is more magnetic than a mind made up, a voice aligned with divine law, and a soul that refuses to surrender to scarcity. And if you think it's too late, or you've missed your chance, let me remind you, divine timing is not delayed, it's designed, and what's yours cannot pass you, but you must rise to meet it in consciousness, in clarity, and in confidence. And this means releasing the guilt, releasing the past failures, releasing the idea that you have to struggle for every drop. No, you are allowed to flow, to rise, to receive without proving anything, because your worth was established the moment you were created, and the supply was prepared before you even asked. So now the only question is, are you ready to receive it? Are you willing to speak like it's already yours, act like it's already done, and trust like the universe is conspiring in your favor? Because it is. It always has been. It always will be. And even when you doubted, even when you delayed, even when you dismissed your worth, the wealth did not disappear. It simply waited for your alignment, waited for your yes. waited for you to drop the fear and embrace the truth that you are meant to live richly, not just financially, but spiritually, emotionally, relationally, in every dimension of your life. And when you rise each morning and speak, "I am open to receive divine wealth in all its forms," you are not just saying words. You are shifting your world, because words are worlds. And when you change your language, you change your life, and this is not theory. It is law, it is spiritual law, and when honored, it produces exactly what it promises. But it requires consistency, not perfection. It requires faith, not force. It requires surrender, not struggle. And so today, begin again. Begin with a new agreement, an inner contract that says, "I no longer chase, I attract. I no longer beg, I believe. I no longer doubt, I declare." And from that space, miracles flow. Not because they are random, but because you are aligned. And when you are aligned, nothing is impossible. And I urge you, never again say, "I can't afford it." Instead say, "It is not yet in my visible supply, but it is on the way." Because words are seeds, and wealthy people speak like their words plant orchards. So let your words be rich. Let your declarations be bold. Let your trust be louder than your fear. And let your vision be bigger than your past. Because what's coming next is not based on what you've lost. It's based on what you believe now. And the universe is not limited by your history. It is activated by your faith. And as you hold that truth, you'll see wealth rise in ways that humble you, that surprise you, that remind you it was always waiting on you to believe.